So I see a lot of people having trouble with this, and I think this is what everybody means by this kind of falling line. And one of the things that I think helps is, number one, getting it down from hand. It's always best to do rolls from hand to hand instead of from a wonky cradle to the hand. And then once you get it down hand to hand, it should be like a lot easier to figure it out. So one of the things that you really want to get comfortable with is that position. So it's kind of cradled right here. And if you need to, when you're starting it, it's alright to actually like grip it with your arm. And then one of the things to keep in mind is, instead of thinking of it as like a completely wheel plane move, you want to think of it as a move where you go from wheel plane to wall plane. So basically you're taking, like, the roll starts in front of you and it finishes behind you in this plane back here. So that's why you go from wall to wheel. So a good way to practice is get used to that. Then once you get that down pretty good, practice the turn. And just practice it so the tether keeps on going. You know what I mean? And then once you get that down, and you get the turn going, all you really have to do is just release your hand and kind of like somewhat of a push, you know, like, you know, when you're popping like an arm, like popping something out of there. So, like, kind of like when you go like that. You know? So, once you get used to that, the turn, you're taking it back here. And that also helps transfer some of that motion, so it doesn't fly off your arm. So once you get used to it, try to just let your arm go straight. And if it, at first, it starts falling off like that, let your arm go from higher to lower. So from higher to lower. And remember, you even think of it as going from wheel to wall to wheel. So you really like kind of over exaggerate the motion. So it's going like that, like a 90-degree circle, like 90 degrees in a circle section. Then once you get that down, all you gotta do is start working on it like that. Get used to that little cradle position. And same thing, you want to start from higher to lower. Ooh. This is that time it kind of fell off my arm, but you can cheat it a little bit. And you just work on it until you get smooth. And it also helps to take a step back so the ball doesn't have to travel from here over to here. It's rolling along your arm the whole time, which is really just traveling here. It's like traveling half the distance, so you don't have to have as much momentum. Ooh. And that's pretty much it. Seems like I don't have it down, but I hope that helps a little bit.